back to my channel. I'm here with a little sit down video because I do not usually do these sit down videos, guys. I do them like once every few months. I usually post like vlogs on my channel, but I thought, why didn't I do like a little sit down video, just like speak to you guys? In this video I'm going to be making a how to survive university, how to survive back to school, like a little advice slash guide video as someone who just finished their first year of uni. It feels a little early to make this video because I did not go back to school until the end of September, but I've been seeing a bunch of back to school content and I feel like all of the year 13s who just finished their A-levels are really excited to go to uni. I know I was, so I thought, why didn't I give you guys like a little advice, like back to school advice video? Let me introduce myself. I'm Shawa, I'm 19 years old and I just finished my first year of uni. I study media communications at UAL. If you guys don't know, that is University of the Arts London. It's like the top arts school in the UK, I think. Not to flex, one of the top in the world. I study media. We do like video making slash filmmaking. We study like advertising. We look at like social media and marketing. Basically every single aspect of media we look at, and we also have to write like a lot of essays. I'm going to be telling you guys how like to survive your first year of uni and like advice that I feel like I gathered from my first year. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to be talking about is like the beginning of uni, like the whole like freshers week. People are moving into their accommodation. People are actually settling into like being a first year uni student. For me, in my personal experience, I did not move out of uni. Like I literally go from home. So I do think that my experience is probably a little bit different for some people because I did not move into an accommodation. I stay at home because my uni is in London and I live in London. So I literally just go by tube and it's literally fine. If you are moving into an accommodation, you probably do already know where you're going because obviously, I mean, it's August. So like I'm pretty sure all of the freshers, they know exactly where they're going. But for Freshers Week, that's where all the parties and the events are. Oftentimes, even unis, they organize events. They have like the Freshers Fair where they have free stuff. I really suggest that you do go to the Freshers Fair. I went to the Freshers Fair last year. I got so many free stuff. They tell you about all the different clubs and societies and activities. To be honest, I actually didn't join any societies in my first year. I kind of did because I went to one society event. I wanted to join the ACS, the African Caribbean Society. I didn't go to any of the events. I wanted to join the Film Society and I didn't go to any of the events. So like, I don't know what it is, but if you guys do want to join a society, I feel like it's a really good way to like meet people and make friends and just to get more comfortable in like the university environment, because of course, like I think societies are very different to, like how clubs would be in like regular school. You should definitely join a society and don't be like me, actually join those societies and those clubs you're interested in. In terms of Freshers Week, where they have like parties and clubs, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I was at home. I was not going to the club. I was not in the club. I was not turning up. I was sat down, you guys. Like I was not going to all the events, all the clubs. I did go to like, I think 1 or 2 events at my uni. They actually hosted like a little like games night or like games day, and that was really fun. But I didn't go to like any of the club events because I don't really drink alcohol. I'm not really like a party girl, you know what I mean? I feel like that's not really me, but I do feel like if that is what you want to do, then go ahead. It's definitely a great way to meet people, to socialize, and it's very different. Like you just came from like whatever part of the world. I mean, for me, it came from college / sixth form, and it's very different to like regular like secondary school or like high school. People who did go can definitely give you much more information about that, like how it actually went. I've heard some of my own stories, and since I am going from home, it is very different, you guys, because when these late night events finish, then I still have to take a tube back to my house in London, and that's going to take me like an hour. Using public transport in the early morning hours is not for the weak, and it's not something that I'm used to. So that's part of the reason why I probably didn't really go to those events, to be honest. And for anyone who's actually in the same position as me and who's actually going to uni from home, I actually want to reassure you that's actually not that bad. It is not that bad as people make it seem. I know some people say it's just like you're going to school again, it's the exact same thing. I would say that the experience is probably different, but you do get to save money. That is the number one thing. You get to save so much money because when you get like your student loan, not all of it is going on groceries, not all of it's going on rent, so you get to save money. And if you do live close to your uni that you actually want to go, relatively close, like if it's not like in a different city, then you know it makes sense to stay at home. I was considering moving out, but these London prices, it is serious, so I decided to go from home. Next thing I'm going to be talking about is grades, and just like the university workload in general, it is a jump separate from school. The uni workload is different. They will give you big projects, assignments, and they will tell you like beforehand. It's not like school where they give you like homework to complete this week, to complete the next day. They will give you projects and they will tell you like a month or even more before it's even due. It's like they want you to be prepared and never leave your assignments to the last minute. Guys, I actually only did that like once. Usually I'm always on top of my assignments, but like there was a time where I literally waited till last minute, that like the day before I had to like bang out an essay. That was not for the week, you guys. I literally had to dash home and bang out that essay, like cracking my brain, like what do I write? You don't want to be in that position. You don't want to be in that stressful position. So I would just say like discipline yourself, you know, like complete those assignments because they're not going to be there forever. And do not use AI. I know like it's tempting, and to be honest, I think everybody's used it for like certain things that just seem easy. But like some of these you need to actually be cracking down people using AI. To be honest, they cannot prove that you used AI anyway, because sometimes people have even been falsely accused of using AI. Can they really prove it? But I feel like maybe just don't use AI, because you do not want to be in a situation where you actually like did your whole essay that was AI and then they caught you and then now you're like, my grade is done. So, you know, actually listen in the lectures and the classes so you actually do not have to use AI. About lectures and classes, I would say some lectures can be very boring. Like you guys need to actually get used to that, because when I used to go to college, like when I was in year 13, we just had like regular like classes. But lectures, guys, sometimes you will have them 2-hour lectures. And my uni does not give breaks in between. Can you imagine? I've had the other unis get like 15-minute breaks between those 2-hour lectures, and then people just leave. People just leave because it's like when they get the break, people just leave the lecture. But for my uni, we ain't getting no breaks. So I was just sitting there for 2 hours like, when is this gonna end? So just be prepared. I would say attend most of your lectures, especially in the beginning, especially when you're actually starting like a new topic or like module in your university course. I would just suggest to actually go to most of the lectures, because they actually do help. Classes as well, because that's when you actually kind of put into practice what you learn in those lectures. So I think that that's also helpful. Just stay on top of things, guys, because first year of uni for me, at least for my course, it wasn't overly difficult. To be honest, like it could have been much more difficult. So I've had people say that second year is not for the weak, so I'm preparing myself. But first year, guys, honestly, in a lot of unis, first year doesn't count for some reason, which I feel like I don't like. It's like, why'd you make me do that for nothing? Most unis, it seems like first year counts nothing towards your final grade. But some unis, it does count a very small percentage, which I think is even better. So if you go to uni, you should definitely check how much your first year percentage actually does count for. And I feel like because it doesn't count as much, I feel like first year basically kind of view it as like a test, because honestly, if you fail a certain assignment or like an exam in your first year of uni, don't stress about it too much. I'm not saying that it's okay to fail, because it is not. I mean, failing is not a good thing for anyone. Like nobody likes failing, because oftentimes you can actually learn from it. If you have a tutor who actually gives you like good feedback, you can learn like why you failed and like not to do that next time in second year when it actually matters more. But if it does count towards something, then I mean, that's a little bit different. Don't stress in your first year. Like look at first year as a test, especially if it doesn't count towards anything. The next thing I'm going to be talking about is friendships, the social aspect of uni. As I spoke about a little bit earlier, I mentioned like going to like different freshers events and going to like, if you want to go to parties, if you want to go to the events that your uni is hosting, I would say go to those definitely to make friends. But for like just like the whole social aspect of uni, I would say just put yourself out there, speak to people, because oftentimes when you go to like any kind of social setting, when you go to like any kind of new place, a new school, a new place of work, a new church, whatever, if you do not speak to people, sometimes people will not speak to you. So some people literally have no problem not having any friends, which I think is actually perfectly fine. But like I would say, you know, it's good to have, you know, friends, people that you speak to, class, people that you go to lectures with. So just make sure to like actually speak to people. For my uni, for some odd reason, we only had like, most of the time we only had like one class for like everything. So like a lot of other unis, they would like let's say somebody's studying biology, they would have a class that's about cells, or like, I'm not a biological student, guys, but let's say you had a class about cells and a class about, I don't know, the human body. Both those two classes, you have like different people in them. You know, you have like a different teacher. But for us, for some reason, all of our like modules, most of them, at least for like the first half of the year, it was the same people in each class. So I guess that's just the way to like get familiar with people at your uni and like speaking to like the same group of people. Yeah, just make sure to open up. I know like some people are like very introverted, which is fine. Like that's fine. Apart from that piece of advice, don't really get too attached, because I mean, you've just left sixth form / college, you've just left high school, depending on like where in the world you are. So you just left school, and think about how many people that you was friends with in school and you guys never speak. Like maybe you're friends with someone in like year 9 and you guys do not speak anymore. So just like be prepared, like friendships do fade and not every single person will be your best friend. Not like in a sort of drama type of way, just like in general, like sometimes you meet somebody and then that person's just like an acquaintance, or maybe you don't even become friends, or maybe you do become friends. Just be prepared, like it's gonna be like unpredictable because you just came back from school. Think about how many friendships you had that you don't even think about today. So not everybody of course is gonna be like your best friend, but you also will find some pretty good friends, so make sure to hold on to those as well. And also make sure to be comfortable with yourself, you know what I mean? Like just be comfortable with yourself. Something I'm trying to work on myself. Be comfortable with yourself. Like don't feel like you always need to be with someone to do something. If you want to go to the library to work on a project by yourself and you have none of your friends to go with, go get food by yourself, go study by yourself. Like you do not need company, you know what I mean? Just get comfortable with yourself, get comfortable with your own presence, your own company, because you really do not need other people to do like a lot of activities. It's great to have friends of course, but you need to also learn to be comfortable with yourself, because the thing with uni is like they're only marking your own work. Even when you do group work, it's your own grade, it is your grade. So just make sure that you're always like comfortable with yourself, like you don't mind doing things alone and like working on yourself in general. Okay, I moved my camera a little bit. I don't know why I didn't do this in the beginning. This looks like 10 times better because I can like actually move back. My camera literally died, you guys, when I was filming. Make sure that you are taking notes in your lectures, in your classes, because those notes will always come in handy when you're doing those assignments, those exams. Luckily for me, my uni actually doesn't, I mean my course does not have exams. I say lucky because it is kind of lucky, like I'm kind of happy. Even though I actually wasn't bad at exams in school, like you guys, I literally did get good grades. But my course does not need any exams because it's like kind of creative and we just do like more essay based. But even like for those, like even for essays, for assignments, those notes will always come in handy. So make sure you guys are always taking those notes. And I do know like a lot of people who are staying on campus, they need to do like a lot of like budgeting and stuff, because of course those costs can become really expensive. So just make sure that you have like a plan. Make sure you have meal plans. Don't spend all your money on food, guys. Like I know that a lot of people aren't even doing that anyway. Do not splash the SFE, guys. Do not splash your student loan, your student finance. Like another thing is managing time, because you need the time to socialize, you need the time to go buy your groceries, spend money on the things that you need to. Some people are working part-time as well, so just make sure you have really good time management skills. I think that's definitely something that I need to improve on as well. Like when I told you guys that I left that assignment last minute, hope and pray I will not be doing that in second year, but it was partly because of my time management. Like we all need to have better time management, so that's definitely something that I think a lot of people could improve on. And just make sure you have like a schedule, like a timetable. Set reminders on your phone, discipline yourself, set those timers for certain apps like TikTok. You will need it. For socializing, I feel like a big thing is just like confidence. Like literally don't ever think to yourself, let me not speak to this person because of how they're gonna react, they're gonna think I'm weird. Literally everybody's in the same exact position. They're starting a whole new school and a whole new type of school. Like you're starting a whole new stage of your life, which is university. If anyone's judging you for trying to speak and make friends and they're weird, that is not you, girl. Like they're the weird one, not you, because everybody's in the same exact position, everyone's in the same boat. So they should not see like what you're doing as weird, and even if they do, why does that matter? You know, having the confidence in your own personality that people are gonna like you, that people are gonna enjoy your company, you know what I mean? And that even if they don't, like being fine with that in itself. I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and that was like my little how to survive uni guide. Very quick video. I didn't want to make it too long because I've only done first year. This is the only thing I can just say that I've learned from my first year of uni. But yeah, I hope that you guys do have a great university year. I hope that you guys do really enjoy your experience. I personally did, so I hope that you guys do really enjoy, and hope that you guys take my advice. So make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.